Hello everyone, it's RubyXE here and welcome back to the channel. Today patch 8.0 no 8.00.0 is here in Raid Shadow Legends and it's a big one. But before I get into it, if you're enjoying the content, please give that subscribe button a click. It genuinely means a lot. The support and especially in the past two videos has been phenomenal. Actually, it's been way more than I even hoped for, so thank you so much. So let's get into it. So this new update is something that's been obviously floating around. It's been announced for a while. I haven't thought about making a video on it. In fact, this video wasn't even planned today. I already had a video recorded yesterday for today. So who knows? Maybe there'll be another double upload, or maybe the video that I recorded yesterday will come out tomorrow instead of today. So patch 8.00.0 brings the Cursed City. This is probably, by the sounds of it, the biggest content update we've had in Raid, I'd probably say forever. Definitely since the Doom Tower. Now, before I get into the Cursed City, I can't actually access the Cursed City because my account isn't actually level 52 yet. There is a level restriction behind it, which makes a lot of sense, and I'll tell you why in a second. Once my account hits level 52, I will do another video on it about my experiences in it, how I truly think about it. I can't give you my official opinion because I haven't played it yet. Now, from what I've been reading, it's very big. So here it says, the Cursed City is a monthly challenge where you traverse a city filled with dangerous enemies that must be fought under special rotating conditions. There are 100 increasingly difficult stages across 4 districts, culminating in the Eclipse Tower where Amius the Lunar Archon awaits. I'm guessing that's the big boss. You can choose which path you take through the Cursed City. After each reset, the Cursed City, that's getting a mouthful, changes and a new rotation opens, with new conditions for each stage. Each rotation of the Cursed City is available for a 30-day period. You'll have 30 days to clear all 100 stages and defeat the boss, and then after it's ended, you can start the journey for another pile of rewards. It has 2 difficulties, normal and hard. Both are available at the same time. So it's again, I think Doom Tower is very similar, where it has a normal and a hard stage, and you can even switch things up and jump backwards and forwards between the two. To take on the Cursed City, you'll need Cursed City keys. Again, by the sounds of it, it literally says here similar to Doom Tower keys, in that you'll only use a Cursed City key. I've said Cursed City about 500 times now, and it's only been 2 minutes. If you complete the stage you're attempting, losing a stage will not lose a key. Keys will refresh every day at 0000 UTC. I don't know what time that is in the UK. I believe it is actually midnight in the UK. We're under GMT at the moment, so I don't actually know time zones differences. I'm pretty sure it's midnight here as well. Each cycle you can also complete special quests and get additional rewards from them, including a mythical demon spawn champion, Carnage the Anarch. I will check that out after I've read through this. I'm not going to read through all this because otherwise it's just going to be a reading session. But by the sounds of it, there is going to be a whole new amount of fighting, and from what I did read in the little snippet that Raid or Player Room, should I say, put out on Player in Play, each stage or each 30-day period will have different restrictions on what champions you use to fight. So it's very similar to the secret rooms, I think they're called, in Doom Tower, where you have to, for example, use only Void champions or use only champions from a certain faction. Now, that sounds very fun. Again, I am still a little bit way off it on this account, but I'm going to be building up, and I'll show you my champions again in a little bit. So, new debuffs. Carnage the Anarch has a brand new debuff in his arsenal, Seal. The Seal debuff blocks effects from gear sets and masteries, except stat boosts granted by artifacts and accessories, as well as masteries that only boost stats like Blade Disciple, Flawless Execution, and so on. That's good, because I'm pretty sure, is it Stone Skin? Has a really annoying effect. I'm hoping this works with that as well. Master Seal is an enhanced version of this debuff, which additionally blocks the effects from blessings except for stat boosts. The Seal and Master Seal debuffs don't block effects that will activate before these debuffs were placed. So for example, I think, is it Brimstone? I think it might be Brimstone. Is it Brimstone? The one that drops like the massive rock and does extra damage. I'm pretty sure that should be blocked from this. New artifact sets. Defeating boss stages in the Cursed City will earn you a selection of rewards, including artifacts and accessories from the Supersonic and Merciless sets. Okay, just off the bat, that sounds insane. Supersonic sounds cool. These are variable gear sets, which means you will get extra bonuses depending on how many pieces a champion is wearing. That is good because sometimes, well, most cases, sets are blocked. In terms of like you'll have to have 2 or 4 of the set to get the boost. This obviously is you get more boost depending on how many you're wearing, which is good. But one thing I will always say, especially if you're starting a new account, stats over sets always. If you have a set of artifacts that don't actually complete a set but give your champion a massive boost in speed, for example, don't be changing any of the sets. Just keep it as it is. Make sure your stats are perfect as much as you want before you start worrying about matching sets. They are also available in Mythical Rarity, which is stronger than Legendary, obviously. Mythical Charms. We are adding special Mythical Charms that give you a chance to craft Mythical Artifacts in the Forge. It is not possible to craft Mythical Artifacts without the Charms. The Charms can be used when crafting any set available in the Forge, but only for rank 5 to 6 artifacts. You can combine Mythical and Rarity Charms together for a higher chance of crafting Mythical Artifacts. Very good, it gives the Forge some more juice to power. Mythical Chaos Ores. I'm guessing these work similar to a normal Chaos Ore, which basically change your artifacts. So, for example, if you've got like a 5-star boots that are like flat defense, but you want to keep the boot because it's in a really good set, but you don't like the stats, you can put a Chaos Ore on it and it changes it all. I would recommend upgrading it at least level 12 to see if you can get a double or triple boost on one of the sets, and hopefully that gives you a good substat. To go with it. Remnant Summon. We have added a new resource to the game, Cursed Remnants, which you can only get in the Cursed City on hard difficulty. You can use them at the Remnant Summon tab in the portal, I'll look at that in a second, to summon epic and mythical champions, including Void Affinity epic champions. That is very incredible. So you get rewarded for fighting in the hard difficulty of the Cursed City. You get rewarded heavily by getting the chance of a mythical champion, which obviously mythical champions are beyond powerful in this game, and I hope to get my hands on one at some point, but I'm not holding my breath. And then there's new lore added for a bunch of champions, which is fantastic, especially if you're into the lore of the game and whatnot. And then finally, there are other improvements and battle fixes. Points earned in events as well as coins will now be counted as points in clan quests. I mean, I'm not going to read through all of this, but I'll do a slow scroll, so if you want to pause and read through this, or better yet, go onto the game and read it yourself. There's just, by the looks of things, a lot of bugs that have been fixed, which is always nice. So, let's get into the Cursed City. So obviously, as I said, I can't actually access it because I'm not quite level 52, but as I said before, this honestly sounds like something that I can't wait to get into. It is similar to the Doom Tower, which incidentally I'm actually really close to unlocking, and yeah, so I can't wait to try that out. In a couple of weeks or so, when I actually reach level 52, I will obviously have a video up and about. It'll probably be around Christmas, so obviously I don't plan on bringing a video out on Christmas Day because I'd like to have my own day on Christmas, and I want you guys to enjoy your day without hearing my rather annoying voice. It did mention a new champion. I think it said Demon Spawn. Let's have a look. Yeah, Carnage. This guy looks incredible, actually. I mean, I say this about all of them. The visuals have always been great in this game. So let's have a look. So have a look at his skill set. Attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 50% chance of removing one random buff from the target. Pretty simple. And then whenever an enemy hits the champion or an ally, has a 50% chance to counter attack with this skill. This chance increases by 10% for each debuff on the enemy, which is good because it's a passive thing. So with a passive skill, you don't need to turn meter or anything. It just happens, which is good. Devilish Accord, so A2. So before attacking, swaps HP with an enemy, then steals all buffs from them. Wow. It's like, gimme everything. Also transfers all debuffs from this champion to the target and places a seal debuff, as it mentioned at the start of the video. Seal, I'm guessing by the sounds of it, blocks any effects from from sets, and I'm guessing blessings if it's the Master Seal. This debuff cannot be resisted or blocked if the target has 50% HP or less. That's good. Again, as I've said before, resisted, if it says a debuff cannot be resisted, you do not need to worry about accuracy. Accuracy only affects it if it's not, if it can be resisted. Sorry, I'm mincing my words. If it cannot be resisted, you don't need accuracy. And then, as I said before, if it says places rather than a something percent chance, it basically means that it will still place it on weak hits, but you will still need accuracy, if that makes any sense. A3. Attacks one enemy 3 times. This first hit places a block passive skills debuff for 2 turns. These debuff cannot be removed. The second hit places a block active skills debuff for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be removed, so that's good. You can tell if a debuff cannot be removed, by the way, because it has a yellow square around the edge of it. And then the third hit steals 100% of the target's turn meter. That's brilliant, especially the block passive skills. I've been hit with these two so much in campaign, it is frustrating. I think it was stage 11 you get hit by it. It's horrible. Transforms this champion into the alternate form, and then finally, each hit this champion deals from skills has a 50% chance of applying a debuff spread. So if you've got a poison on one person and you hit it, and you hit that champion, the poison debuff spreads to everyone. And it says taking one random debuff from the target and placing it on all enemies. That is very big. Whenever this champion kills an enemy, has a 100% chance of applying a debuff spread effect. That is huge, especially if you've pumped his accuracy up. That's massive, actually. And then obviously the speed aura. Let's have a look at his alternate form. What does it look like? Oh, wow. It looks similar to, is it Ramantu? I think it's Ramantu. Is it Ramantu? I'll have a look in a sec. So, attacks one enemy 2 times. Heals this champion by 20% of the damage inflicted. So a built-in lifesteal, very nice. Whenever an enemy hits this champion or an ally, has a 50% chance to counter attack with this skill, which increases for 10% on each debuff on the enemy, which is good because then he can just keep going and dealing that extra damage. A2 on his alternate form attacks all enemies will ignore shield debuffs, which is good because you notice a lot of shield in arena. Will also ignore ally protection buffs when attacking enemies under 1 or more debuffs. So if you're facing, who places an ally protect? Sandlash, I think she places one. Sandlash Survivor. I can't remember off the top of the head the legendaries that places one, but she, for example, places one. And then obviously blocks Unkillable too. So if you're facing a really annoying arena team that is built on ally protection, shield, and Unkillable, this guy will absolutely just wipe them off the map, I'm guessing. A3 attacks all enemies twice. If a target is killed by this skill while under 3 or more different debuffs, places a block revive debuff on them, and then also heals this champion by 30%. So it seems like this guy has a lot of heal about him. And then transforms this champion into their base form, then grants an extra turn. And then this champion's crit damage increases by 1% for every 3 points of accuracy they have. Ignores 10% of the target's defense at every debuff they are under. So this guy sounds like he will deal a ton of damage. And then obviously he's mythical, so he's going to be doing a lot more damage than a legendary. This guy is monstrous. Now, I think it said the only way you can get him is in the hard difficulty area of the Cursed City, so you gotta be top dollar to get him. But honestly, he looks brilliant. He also has very good base defense as well, and good speed. So this guy honestly sounds like he'll be a menace in the arena. And if I'm honest, most places in the game, which utilizes obviously the shield, the ally protection, the unkillable, those annoying waves that sometimes you can't get past if you don't have a champion that removes those skills and whatnot. So this honestly sounds like a very, very good champion. And to those who get to use him, I wish you good luck and I hope you tear it apart in the arena. I think it also mentioned something about mythical artifacts. Let's have a quick look. The Forge. It should be here on the list. Let's have a look. It's not. Oh, okay. It doesn't seem to be here. That's a shame. I think it also. Wait, what's that? Those are mythical charms. Oh, okay. No, I get it. You apply that and then it boosts it up. Okay, brilliant. And then it's thinking of something in the portal as well. Here we go. The Remnant Summon. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, that is cool. Cobble Market, Dead Rise, Plague Home, and Soulcross. These, by the way, are the 4 different zones of the Cursed City, and then obviously you've got the boss. I can't wait to get here. I'm hoping to do this as much as possible. This is huge. Like, this is massive, actually, especially as I feel like sometimes with shards, you don't get the highest of chances of getting a legendary. Sometimes you have to put money into the game to get extra shards to get the legendary champions, whereas this is like, it's telling you you can grind and farm the cursed city and get a decent chance of a mythical. At 2.5% may seem small, but honestly, in the grand scheme of things, that's pretty big, especially given what the champions, what mythical champions can bring to the table. So this is a big update. Now, it's gutting that I can't actually do anything, do any of the content because I haven't leveled up high enough yet. But rest assured, as I've said, once I get there, a video will be coming. It may even be a New Year video, but who knows. But once again, thank you very much for the support. I'm going to end the video there. If I've missed anything or if there's anything you want me to talk about, just let me know. I'll either put it in the comments or I'll put it in my next video. I do have a video talking about one of my champions, Kale, coming up very, very soon. Probably tomorrow. If not, maybe I'll release it early in the morning again and do another double upload. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. You guys are awesome. And until then, until the next video, I will see you then. Bye bye, everyone.